is up, guys? This is Dale with LackLuster Gaming, the show for those who love to game but know they're mediocre at best. And today, the Elite Barbarians were released. Yes! So we got them in the shop, we're gonna purchase them, level them up, and we're gonna put up some gameplay footage for you guys just so you can see them in action. And I know you probably already did yesterday because everybody with a developer iPad already put out the footage. But we're not privy to that sort of technology, so we're gonna have to do with what we have. And today, while we're watching this footage, we're gonna go over some quality of life changes and just some different ideas that are kind of circling the Reddit community and the forums on the Supercell website, just to see what may be to come for Clash Royale. Because while it is an amazing game, such a small developing team creating a user interface that is enjoyable and creates a pretty decent, tight-knit community, there's still work that needs to be done. Let's get right into it. Quality of life changes. First off, a lot of people are complaining about this, and it's not something that's gonna change probably ever, but a lot of people are asking for more chest slots, or at least the ability to open more than one chest at a time. Now, I could possibly foresee opening more than one chest at a time for a small price, say a couple gems, for 2 to 5 gems or something like that. The ability to trash chests, such as silver chests, if you don't want to open them, you can just throw them away and make room. But the only reason why I don't think they're going to be doing that is because then people will be able to abuse the chest cycle system and just win, trash chests all day and get to their legendary super magicals, giants, and all of that stuff. And we'll have people that don't need to gem, so Supercell makes no money, and they'll be able to level up extremely fast. Now, this is an interesting idea, merging chests, where you take 2 silver chests, you put them on top of each other, and it becomes a golden chest. Or say 4 gold chests become a giant chest, and 4 giant chests become a magical chest, etc., etc. The win rate percentage on a player's profile. Now, for me, I suck at this game, and I lose a lot, so I personally don't want it implemented because I currently have, 18, almost 1,900 wins, but probably have about 7 to 80,000 losses. Wouldn't be great for me. New skins for each level of troop. Now, currently in-game, the only troop that actually changes as you level it up is the Golem, and most people don't even realize it because it looks the same every level. Basically, you get a couple extra crystals the higher it gets. The ability to sell cards. Say there's a card that you don't use and you have 20,000 of them for some reason. Tesla. And you never want to level it up because you don't foresee it ever getting a buff or becoming usable. The ability to sell that card for gold for the ability to level up other troops. Kind of a nice idea. Clan related. People are asking for the ability to donate epic cards, and I don't agree with this one, but it is an idea that's out there. Epic cards should stay extremely hard to get. They really shouldn't be traded. Battle related, a surrender button. So instead of rage quitting, you just push a button and it ends the game. Kind of interesting idea. I don't see why not. Maybe something that you can't hit and it automatically ends the game. Maybe a series of "Are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure?" and then cancel the game. That might be cool. It'll be nice to see if that gets implemented or not. In the event of a draw, players split the trophies instead of both getting 0. Now, the only reason why this one doesn't exactly work is because they would be creating trophies in the middle arenas, and they already do that to a specific point, but it's such a fragile system that if you tinker with it too much, it's bound to break and possibly be exploited. So I don't see that one ever happening. New card types, some sort of high hit point wall card placed on a bridge, also has a timer like a defense, or a healing card. Very interesting, but Supercell has already denounced both of these ideas. They said there will never be a wall card, and there will never be a healing card. So sorry guys, you're out on that one. New game modes. Wager matches. gamble your cards or your gold, and your gold even. Winner takes all. So basically you put up a 500 gold for a match. It teams you up with somebody randomly, approximately at the same trophy level as you, and the winner takes the gold, but it does not affect your trophies. So a different side, not ranked matches, but more of a casual play, but you still get something out of it. It would be really nice to see. And on top of that, a casual game mode other than friendly battles where you can battle anybody without tournament standards. That would be cool. Now, another thing that a lot of people are talking about is something different than what we currently see for our quests. Currently, the only quest we really have is a daily crown chest, but it would be very interesting to see something implemented where you have a weekly or monthly chest where you have to get maybe 100 crowns to open a weekly chest, 1,000 crowns, or 500, who knows, to open a monthly chest. And also one that's implemented as a clan goal. Your clan has to battle and gain crowns, and those crowns are used to open a chest that then gives everybody in the clan set number of cards, 25 to 50 cards. That would be really neat. Some other quests that are being talked about is say the clan has to use the barbarian cards, and during this 1 week or 1 month long period, your clan has to use a barbarian card a minimum of 200 times, let's say, just throwing it out there. So basically you have to, in one battle, let's say you use the card 5 to 6 times. Well, you got to battle quite a bit to get to 200. If everybody in their clan is using barbarians in their deck, then it would increase much faster. It would be a really nice way to break the meta and change it, and to see a little bit more diversity out there in the ladder matches. The ability to name your deck. Now, I like the idea because I know a lot of people use the same deck over and over again from, Arena 4 all the way up until their personal best in Arena 9. Me personally, I probably wouldn't utilize the feature because I am testing new decks all the time. Every day, at least 2 or 3 decks cycle throughout my decks. But yeah, it'd be kind of neat to be able to name them. It would also be very nice, instead of just using emojis that are based off of your phone's user interface, to be able to use taunts or emotes in clan chat. And not only that, but to implement a global chat where, just like in Clash of Clans, you can go out and recruit people or just go talk-ish. Now, we talked about this next one before, and I personally don't like it, but the ability to see who is online. Kind of like when you go over to your Facebook tab, you can see who of your Facebook friends are online at the moment. It'd be nice to see that kind of information, but I do like my privacy, and I'm a lurker. I'm always peeking out, checking into my clans, and, seeing who's kicking people and who's being a brat and kicking them out. Just so I can maintain a level, if you know what I mean. So I wouldn't necessarily like that, but it would be nice to see who else is online instead of just seeing 8 out of 50. Longer clan mail space and a bigger font. Supercell has said that they are working on that, specifically the bigger font. I don't know if they'll add more characters, but maybe if they don't add more characters, at least allow us to mail more frequently. More clan statistics, weekly battles won, etc. So basically, how many battles everybody in your clan has won combined, and stuff like that, instead of just how many trophies your clan has all put together. And again, as always, we get to clan wars and tournaments. Now, this is something that everybody's been asking for. I have no idea how they would implement it. I think it would be very difficult, but doable. I've sat down and actually tried to draw it out myself, and I haven't been able to figure it out. But if you've got something that might work, let me know down in the comment section below. Kind of describe it, or if you have to draw it out, let me know, and I'll give you my email. You can send it over, and we'll see if we can get it to Supercell and implement it. Added ability to send a message when you kick somebody. I like that one because I have to kick people all the time for being brats. In fact, the other day, some little squirt was... I'm not even going to get into it because it's not worth it, and I ain't going to mention him and get him any more fame whatsoever. But basically, he had to go. and I let him go. And I would have liked to say a couple things before I did, but it's okay. He hit me up on Twitter instead. Battle related. This might go more towards a challenge, especially after seeing the double elixir challenge recently, but triple elixir during overtime. So maybe, and I think what this one was pertaining to specifically is you have your 2 minutes of normal elixir, and then during that last final minute of the match you're in double elixir, but once you hit overtime, triple elixir. Could you imagine that? J5 would be on fire. More taunts, more of them. I wouldn't mind it. You know, BMing's been a huge issue in my clan. I have people who BM each other and then they get crazy and there's people cussing out each other, and you know, it's in BMing, it pisses me off too. When it happens to me, it upsets me. But it's in the game. You have the ability to mute it. You can't let it get to you guys. You just gotta suck it up and move on, basically. Now, I am gonna implement something in my clan. You should do the same into yours. But I'm gonna make a BM mandatory day. So every time you do a friendly battle, you better BM somebody, your opponent, especially in friendly battles in your clan. That's mainly so that you kind of get used to it, and just so you can see that it really doesn't mean anything, and it hopefully becomes something more lighthearted as a joke instead of something to get angry about and upset about all the time. Don't be upset when someone BMs you. Just forget about it. A customizable training arena. So basically the ability to choose your trainer, their cards that they're going to use against you, and their level. So basically be able to pick what deck that they're going to throw out at you and have it. You know, it might be kind of hard for them to do this, but basically, like, if you have a hard time working against golem decks and there's nobody in your clan that's really good with a golem deck, the ability to battle the trainer and have them use a golem deck and have the AI actually know how to use the golem deck. I mean, it wouldn't be too difficult to do, but, you know, it'd be an interesting idea. That way you could get some practice in and really see how a deck works against another deck. The ability to shuffle cards before the match starts. Now, most card games, such as Hearthstone or Animation Throwdown or even PvZ, all of those, once you get to a certain level, you have the ability to remove or shuffle or change out cards that you might not want to use in your opening deck. And that might be really cool, because I have a couple decks that are really great decks, but you get stuck with a bad hand and you are done for. I've lost a tower or 2 or 400 because of my opening deck. I had nothing to defend with, and they had the perfect opening deck. Whoa, that was bad. They had the perfect opening deck, and I had nothing to defend with, and I lose. New game mode, something where all cards are unlocked and available for use by the player. Most likely everything at tournament standards, maybe even just in friendly battles, have all cards unlockable and at tournament standards. That way you kind of can get the feel for the cards that you don't currently have. Multiplayer battles. Now, there's no plans for this in the future, but Supercell did say in a AMA that it sounds fun. Multiplayer, 2v2 or 3v3. Have no idea how it would work, but it does sound fun, and I would definitely be in for that. Now, on to tournaments. The ability to remove people from custom tournaments, that would be really cool. We all know that every once in a while, a password gets out, and all of a sudden you have an entire clan that you didn't invite to your tournament, Legion of Boom. Just kidding. You guys are always welcome. But yeah, to be able to kick anybody that you want out of your tournament would be awesome. That would be a great thing. Also, I'd like to see a chat area specifically for the tournament. Now, that might be a little bit more difficult, but definitely doable. Love to see it happen. Supercell, do it. More price or reward tiers in custom tournaments. Now, when they modified the tournaments, the first time, they made it a lot cheaper, which was good because it made them more widely accessible. And I throw tournaments all the time, but to have them all be 1 hour and all 2-hour prep times is kind of boo. You know, it'd be nice to go back to the 1-day prep times and a full day tournament, or I think at first there were even 3-day long tournaments, and it was really hard to find matches sometimes. But in some of the really big tournaments, like we held one today for 2,000 gems or something like that, and I think it was a 200-person tournament, and it would have been nice to be able to have multiple hours or days even to do that. And last but not least, this is a possible leak. I know Clash on Gone actually put it out there as an actual leak, but old Gadget or whatever studios that gave us the confirmed leak last time already told us that this was not true, that this leak for these balance changes I'm about to show you are not actually true. So take it with a grain of salt, but these might be coming to Clash Royale. Alright, so first off, the Bomber. The Bomber's been seeing a lot of buffs lately. It's a great card. It's got massive potential for splash damage against troops like the Barbarians and other groups, but it's not used very frequently. So the suggestion is to have the attack speed reduced to 1.8 instead of 1.9. I think if that happened, we'd probably see it a little bit more frequently, not a huge flow of them, but I think it would be a nice improvement to the Bomber. The Baby Dragon, they're asking for attack speed reduced down to 1.5 from 1.6, and the damage being reduced by 5%. And now 5% isn't much at all, but you know, 0.1 attack speed increase would be pretty good for the Baby Dragon. I've always thought the Baby Dragon was a very good potential card, but just doesn't do enough damage for me. Now, it's a good supporter, especially for Lava Hound pushes or Golem pushes when you have a heavy tank backing it up, but it's really kind of a weak card on its own. Now, the Skeletons were originally 4, the 1 elixir Skeletons. They reduced it down to 3 Skeletons, but there is talk about it going back up to 4. Wouldn't mind seeing that. I think it would be a great improvement to that card. The Bomb Tower radius increased to 6.5 tiles. Bomb Tower's not used. It was way overused, in my opinion, in the very beginning couple of months in the game when everybody had a Hog Rider because it came out in, I think, Arena 4. But everybody had a Hog Rider and everybody was using Bomb Tower against the Hog Rider. I think it would be nice to see the Bomb Tower increase to 6.5 tiles. Don't think it'll be used more frequently because of that, because of course Bomb Tower does not target air troops, and that is its major downfall. As far as the Giant Skeleton, the dropped bomb exploding faster decreased to 2 seconds. Whatever. I don't know. I don't think it'll make a big difference. It might kill troops a little bit faster. You know, like if you place your Barbarians behind it, you're able to get your Barbarians away from the bomb before it explodes. Maybe the increase in the timer for the bomb might actually kill 1 or 2 of those Barbarians, but other than that, I don't think it's going to make a big deal. The balloon health increased by 5%. I think that would be kind of interesting. It would almost ensure that it would get to the tower even if you had just your arena tower and your archers defending against it. It'd be nice to see that because the balloon, again, not used very frequently. It'd be really cool to see it used a little bit more often. The Inferno Tower charge time increased to 1.6 seconds. Now currently the Inferno Tower it's always been one of my favorite defenses. Now I currently use the Tombstone because 3 elixir, and to get all those little dudes outside of it makes it great for almost any type of situation. But the Inferno Tower is definitely my second, sometimes my first choice for defensive towers. So seeing the charge time increase to 1.6 seconds would be a stab in the heart for me, but it probably definitely needs to be nerfed. It is extremely powerful. Poison, damage increase by 15%. That's a big increase, and I would love to see it. I think when they took out the slowing of movement and attack speed altogether, really killed that card. I very rarely ever see it used anymore. In fact, it is a waste of money if you ask me. But if the damage was increased by 15%, not only to troops, but also to arena towers, I think it would make a big comeback, and I'm a little scared to see it. Graveyard, creation of skeletons increased by 30%, range reduced down to 4 tiles. Now this is interesting. Currently, it's a 10-tile card. It's a massive space that it takes over. And I think that's a good thing. You know, it keeps troops like running around and stuff. If you have it reduced down to 4 tiles, it'll be easier to contain and control once it's coming in defensively. But the creation of skeletons increased by 30%. I think that's a little much, and that's one of the reasons why I think that these balance changes are not legit. Sparky. Everybody is complaining that Sparky needs a buff, at least anybody over Arena 8. Basically, Sparky is one of the easiest cards to defend against. Very rarely does a Sparky get a shot off on one of my towers, but you know, it would be nice to see it buffed. I know down in the lower arenas, everybody freaks out when they see Sparky, and it gets shots off like crazy, and it's just way too OP for lower levels. But people are calling for a buff. So, attack speed reduced by 10%, but oh, this is actually a nerf. Attack speed reduced by 10%, health reduced by 5%. So actually a massive nerf for it. I don't know, man. I disagree. That's another reason why I think that this was written by somebody instead of put out by Supercell. Anybody in Legendary Arena knows that the Sparky actually needs a buff, not a nerf. Dark Prince, shield health increased by 30%. That's interesting. I know at level 4, a log won't take that shield out. Even my level 2 log won't take a shield out on a level 4 Dark Prince. But it would be nice to see it be a little bit stronger. I think the shielded cards are a lot of fun to play with. It adds a very different mechanism to the game and an element that is very hard to defend against. So yeah, I think that'd be cool. 30%'s a little bit much, but something. Give it something, right? Now on screen, you can see some new channel art that I've got. Lash Clash made this for me. I gave him the PNG of my logo, and he embedded it into this neat little photo, put a cool background on it. I love it. I put it up now. It's also going to be going up on my Twitter and my Facebook account. I absolutely love art. And if you guys want to create some for me, I welcome it. Whatever it is, I don't care. I'll feature it somehow in a video or use it as my channel art, something like that, and I'll give you a massive shout out. So Lash Clash, thank you so much. Check him out in the description below. Also down below is a description. In the description is a link to Neon free intros. He'll make you free intros, so if you need an intro for your channel, go visit his channel. It's down there in the description box. And also Evin Wells, and he does some really cool time-lapse animations. So if you need something done by him, check him out. All 3 of those links will be down in the description box. Let me know what you think of the new channel art, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care.